Hello kids. Today we will do chapter number 3, playing with numbers. In this chapter you will learn about factors and multiples, prime and composite numbers, twin prime numbers, co-prime numbers, divisibility rules, prime factorization, HCF and LCM. So let us start. Kids, what are factors? Factors are a number or is a number which is an exact divisor of that given number. Means if the given number is divisible by any other number exactly without leaving any remainder, that becomes the factor. And what are multiples? Multiples are the product of any two numbers, right? Let us recall the facts about factors and multiples. Kids, factors and multiples are interrelated with each other. They are always interrelated. How? Let us just understand. Kids, factors and multiples, likewise, if 12 is a multiple of 3, then 3 is a factor of 12. Means they correlate with each other. Every number is multiple of 1 and itself. And 1 is factor of every number. Right? 0 is a multiple of all the numbers. Then one more factor about factors and multiples is the smallest multiple of a number is the number itself. Means if we try to find out multiple of a number, the smallest multiple is the number itself. And all the multiples are greater than the number. Means multiples are infinite and factors are finite. Factors are always less than or equal to the number, to the given number, and multiples are always equal to or more than the numbers, right? The smallest factor of a number is 1 and the greatest factor is the number itself. When any number is dividing any two numbers, it becomes the common factor, right? If the factor common to two or more numbers, it means they are common factors. In the same way, when the multiples are common, they become the common multiples. Now the next topic is prime and composite numbers. Kids, prime numbers are those numbers which have only two factors. That is 1 and itself. As we have just discussed that 1 is factor of all the numbers. So, a number which has only two factors, they are called prime numbers. Right? Let us have a look at numbers. Now, on the other hand, composite numbers are those numbers which have more than two factors. Likewise, because every number has at least two factors, all the numbers except 1. Except 1, other all the numbers have at least two factors, that is 1 in itself. And if any number has more than two factors, they are called composite numbers. Right? So what is 1 now? 1 is neither prime nor composite number. It is a unique number. It is a unique number which is neither prime nor composite. Now, if we look at other numbers like 2, it has only two factors 1 and 2. It is not divisible by any other number. It has none other than these two factors. So 2 is the smallest prime number. And not only smallest prime number, it is smallest even prime number. Because 2 is an even number, there is no other number smaller than this. So it is the smallest even prime number. Now 3, again it has two factors, it is a prime number. 4 has more than two factors, that is 1, 2 and 4. Likewise here if you can see kids, it has 1 and 4. A number always have these two factors, that is 1 in itself. But it has 2 also along with 1 and 4. So it is a composite number because it has more than two factors. Then 5 again is a prime number, it has two factors only. 6 has more than two factors, that is 1 in itself. They have two more factors. It has two more factors, so it is a composite number. as so on. So if a number has more than two factors, it is a composite number. If it has only two factors, that is one in itself, it is a prime number. And one is neither prime nor composite. Now we have learned that 2 is the smallest even prime number. So which is the smallest composite number? That is 4. As we can see that all together here 4 has, it is the first number from 1 2 3 4. Since 1 it is the first number which has more than two factor, which is the composite number. So 4 is the smallest composite number, right? Now kids, what are twin primes and co-prime numbers? Twin prime numbers are those numbers which have those prime numbers which have difference of 2. Likewise, 3 and 5. 3 is a prime number, 5 is also a prime number, and these both numbers have difference of 2. That means they are called twin prime numbers. Twin prime numbers are those prime numbers which have difference of 2, and they always have a composite number in between. If I look at the other twin prime number, that is 5 and 7. 5 is also a prime number and 7 is also a prime number, and they have a composite number in between, that is 6. Moreover, 5 and 7 has a difference of 2. Right? Now come to co-prime numbers. What are co-prime numbers? Co-prime numbers are those two numbers which have only 1 as the highest common factor. If you look at this table, here 2 and 3, it has only 1 as common factor. Right? So 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers. Again, if we check at 3 and 5, it has also 1 as common factor. So they are also co-prime numbers. And very important thing, that is every consecutive number is a co-prime number. If I take any two consecutive numbers, they are always co-prime numbers. For example, if I take 8 and 9, if we look at 8, the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. Factors of 9 is 1, 3 and 9. They have only 1 as common factor. So that means 8 and 9 are co-prime numbers. So every consecutive numbers are co-prime numbers, right? Now the next topic is divisibility rules. Kids, you have done divisibility rules of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 in class 5. You know all about these divisibility rules. Let us have some more divisibility rules. Let's understand what are these some more divisibility rules. That is, when a number is divisible by another number, then it will be divisible by the factors of that number also. Likewise, here they have took an example of 18. Likewise, 18 is divisible by 9. Right? So if I find out the factors of 9, that is 3. So yes, it is also 18 is also divisible by 3. Right? So it means when a number, likewise 18 was divisible by 9, so 18 is also divisible by the factors of 9. Right? If a number is divisible by a number, it will be divisible by the factors of that number. Okay? Now, the next is, if a number is divisible by two co-prime numbers, then it is divisible by their product also. Means, likewise here, 20 is divisible by 4 and 5. Right? The number, likewise here they have taken 80 is divisible by 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are co-prime numbers. So, the product of 4 and 5 is 20. Right? So, 80 is also divisible by 20. Means, if a number is divisible by any co-prime numbers, it will be divisible by the product of the co-prime numbers also. Right? Likewise, there is one more example. 60 is divisible by 3 and 5. So, what is the product of 3 and 5? 3 5s are 15 and 60 is again divisible by 15. Now, the third rule is, If two given numbers are divisible by a number, if any two numbers are divisible by a given number, likewise 16 and 20 both are divisible by 4, right? So the sum of 16 and 20 means those two numbers, the sum of those two numbers will also be divisible by 4 again. Likewise, 16 plus 20 gives 36 and 36 is divisible by 4. So, if two given numbers are divisible by a number, then their sum will also be divisible by that number. Now, rule number 4 is if two given numbers are divisible by a number, two given numbers, any two numbers which is given, if that is divisible by a single number, then their difference will also be divisible. Likewise, 35 and 20, both are divisible by 5, right? They are multiples of 5. Now, their difference, that is 35 minus 20 is 15. Again, 15 is divisible by 5. So, it means the difference will also be divisible, right? Now, come to the next topic, that is prime factorization. Kids, what is prime factorization? Prime factorization is where we find out the factors, the prime factors of any given number. It can be through the factor tree method, that is like this, or it can be division method. Let us understand it. To find out the prime factors of a number, we need to divide the given number by the factors. We'll find the factors first of all, right? We try to always start with the smallest number, that is smallest prime number, that is 2, right? You can divide it with the pairs or whatever the factors are. Can be done in that way also. Then we try to split the number one by one till I get the prime numbers. Likewise here they have got factors of 90, that is 10 nines are 90. Now 10 and 9 has to be divided again further. Then 10 will be 2 5s are 10 and then 9 will remain same because 9 is will be again divided further in the next step. Then when we split 9, it is 3 3s are 9. So here I have got 2 into 5 into 3 into 3 will give you 90. Likewise 2 5s are 10, 10 3s are 30, 30 3s are 90. So these are the prime factors of 90. This can be done like division method. They have took another example, another number, that is 980. So in division method, we always start with the smallest prime number, that is 2. Here it will be divided. Likewise, when we divide 290, 2 4s are 8, then it has become 18. 2 9s are 18, then 0 will come down, right? In the same way, we'll carry on this till we get the number which is not divisible by 2. Now, further it is divided. 490 is divided by 2. Then we have got 245. Now, 245 is not divisible by 2. Then we go to the next number 3. Again, 245 is not divisible by 3. Right? Then we'll go to the next prime number, that is 5. Now 245 is divisible by 5 because it has 5 at ones place. So 5 4s are 20, 4 is remaining 45, 5 9s are 45, that is 49. Now 49 is not divisible by 5. We'll go to the next prime number, that is 7. 7 7s are 49, then again 7 1s are 7. Until I get 1 in the end, we need to keep on dividing with the prime numbers, right? So the prime factors of 980 are 2 into 2 into 5 into 7 into 7, right? Now highest common factor, that is when we find out the factors, any factors, we need to find the common ones and then to find the which is the highest common number. Likewise, when we need to find out factors HCF of 20, 20 and 36, we'll find out the factors in division method. We'll find the prime factors, that is again 2 into 2 into 5 is 20, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7 is 28, 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 is 36, right? When we have written all the prime factors of given three numbers, we need to find the common factors. Now here we can see that 2 was common in all three numbers for one time. Then other time, second time also it was common in all three numbers. But 5 is not common, and then 3 and 7 are not common in all three numbers. So what is the highest common factor? That is 2 multiplied by 2, means it was common for 2 times, so 2 into 2 is 4. So 4 is the highest common factor. Right? So to find the highest common factor, we need to find the factors, prime factors, and then find out the common ones. Right? Then find the product of the common ones, then will be the highest common factor. Now it's LCM, lowest common multiple. To find the lowest common multiple, we need to write the multiples of any given number, either they are two numbers or three numbers. So to write the multiples of the given numbers, and then we'll find the common ones and the lowest, which is the lowest number, smallest number, which is the common multiple. Right? Here, if we take the example, that is 24 and 90, the can be written for 24 and 90. But if we'll write the multiples of 24 and 90, they'll take much of time. So instead of writing the multiple of these two numbers, we can find out the LCM of any two number or more than two numbers with two more methods, that is prime factorization or common division method. So prime factorization, we have just learned how to find out the prime factors of a given number. Right? When we'll find out the prime factors, likewise here, 24 and 90, the prime factors of 24 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. And the prime factors for 90 are 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Right? Now, after finding it, we'll find out first of all the common multiples and then the non-common multiples. So to find the LCM by prime factorization method, we need to multiply the common multiples, that are 2, 2 and 2. 3 times 2 here, they are non-common. Then here 3 once common, and then the remaining. Right? So we will first of all, the common ones will be multiplied once, that is 3 and 3. With the help of this, we'll get the LCM by prime factorization method. Now if we take example of 40, 48 and 45, again we'll write all the prime factors of 40, 48 and 45, and then we'll find the LCM by multiplying it. Right? For this, the prime factor like 2 appears maximum of 4 times. Likewise here 1, 2, 3, right? Maximum it is 4 times. So we'll take it for 4 times. We'll find out the maximum number of times it has repeated. It has repeated maximum for 4 times. And then if we come to 3, maximum for 2 times. And 5 for 1 times. So we'll multiply 2 for 4 times, 3 for 2 times, and 5 for 1 time. So we'll just check the number of occurrence or repetition of the number, how much it has come, for how many times it has repeated in the factors. Maximum number times. Right? So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, that is for 4 times, 3 for 2 times, and 5 for 1 time. When we find the product of all these prime factors, we get 720. So 720 is the LCM for 40, 48 and 45. Now come to the other method, that is common division method. For common division method, here all the numbers for which we need to find the LCM are being divided all together with the common prime numbers, right? Likewise here 20, 25 and 30 are given for example. So we'll divide all the three numbers by the smallest prime number, because whenever we need to find the prime factors, we always divide the numbers with the smallest prime number, and then we go as so on. Likewise 20 is divided by 2, that is 10. 25 is not divisible, 25 will remain same. 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now again in these three numbers, 10 is divisible by 2. So we'll divide again by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 25 will remain same. 15 will remain same. Then 5, 25 and 15. All three numbers are not divisible by 2. But they will be divisible by the next prime number, that is 3. So If we divide the number by 3, 5 will remain same, 25 will remain same, but 5 is divisible, that is 3 5s are 15. Now if we check the other three numbers, what are we left with? We are left with 5, 25 and 5. These all are divisible by 5. You will take 5, that is another prime number, the next prime number. Then again 5 is left, again divide by 5. So the LCM for these three number is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. Right? So this, I think this is the more easier method which gives you LCM more easily. Right? And it saves your time. Because here you divide the number all together once. Right? So these are the two ways to find out the LCM. Let us have some more problems, likewise word problems for HCF and LCM. Likewise how we can use HCF and LCM to find out the answers for the word problems. Kids, always remember when the question says or when we need to find out the maximum, for that we need to find the HCF, right? And when the question says to find the lowest or the smallest, we will find out the LCM, right? Let's look at this problem. As the question says, two tankers contain 850 liters and 680 liters of kerosene oil respectively. Find the maximum capacity of container which can measure the kerosene oil of both the tankers when used an exact number of times. Means the two tankers are being used for exact number of times. We need to find out the maximum capacity of the tankers. So to find the maximum, we need to find the highest, that is the highest common factor. So we'll find out the highest common factor of 850 and 680. Kids, to find the HCF for bigger numbers, instead of finding the common factors, we can divide them together to get the HCF. Likewise, you can here 850 divided by 680 will be 1s are 680, right? Then subtract it. It will be 170, right? Now, when we do long division for HCF, in that case, we need to divide the remainder by the earlier divisor with the remainder. That is here, 170 will divide 680, right? Again, we'll do it. So, if we check 17 4s is 68, right? So, 17 4s 174 is 680, right? Now, what is the answer? The divisor, that is the last divisor, will be the HCF. So according to this, 170 is the HCF for this division. So in the same way, it means the two tankers, the answer will be, thus the maximum capacity of such a tanker will be 170, right? It can be done with different method also. Here I have explained you the long division method for HCF. It could be prime factorization method also, like we have just done, that is to find the prime factors of both the numbers and then to find the HCF. So we can follow any of the two methods to find the HCF. If we check the next example, in a morning walk, three persons step off together. Their measures were 80 centimeter, 85 centimeter and 90 centimeter respectively. What is the maximum distance each should walk so that they all cover the same distance? Now again, here we need to find what is the maximum distance? So we need to find the minimum distance covered by each of them so that the distance should be equal in the end, right? So as we can see, the question is to find the minimum. So here we will find out the LCM. We know how to find the LCMs with two different methods, right? So kids, in these type of questions, we need to just focus that what is the requirement of the question, whether to find the minimum or the maximum. If they are asking to find the maximum, we'll find out the HCF. If it is to find out the minimum, we'll find out the LCM, right? Thank you, kids.